Hello and welcome back to Core Finance in association with the NEX Exchange. I'm Matt Brown. I'm speaking to today Paul Johnson, Chief Executive Officer of Metal NRG. Thank you for joining us on a happy Friday, Paul.
Thank you, Matt.
Let's start off. Metal NRG, what do you do? Where do you operate? How do you make your money, hopefully?
Okay, well, we're a small investing company on the NEX Exchange with the ticker MNRG. We've been in existence for 10 years, originally investing in Zimbabwe and related areas, which is interesting at the moment.
Yeah, very topical.
But not anymore. We're now focused on a number of different things, but principally over the summertime, we've been investing in cobalt projects in the United States, in Nevada, and also in cobalt projects in Western Australia. Now, we struck it lucky in Western Australia because our original cobalt ground, we have two applications or two packages of applications for cobalt ground, fell slap bang in the middle of the area where people are now prospecting for conglomerate hosted gold. So we did hit the mini jackpot with those licenses. So now we have cobalt and potentially conglomerate hosted gold project applications in Western Australia in the Pilbara.
Fantastic. And cobalt itself is used in batteries mainly? Is it electronic batteries? Is this the future? And is that why initially you're out there looking for cobalt? Yeah,
well, we thought we would go down the route of being a cobalt-focused vehicle because in London there aren't really any cobalt-focused vehicles. The cobalt price has increased markedly over the last year or so. It's over $60,000 a tonne now. It looks like it's going to carry on because if you look at the supply-demand situation, there just simply aren't the cobalt supply projects out there to meet the demand. So we think it's a great area. We will continue there. The gold is taking us by surprise, obviously, but we're going to carry on. Oh, very much so, yeah. When we made some announcements about the potential for conglomerate hosted gold over the summertime, I think our share price went up 3 or 4 times in a flash. So we hope that continues, but we will carry on with the gold. What it has done is opened our eyes to the host of possibilities out there at the moment. So we announced in October a strategic business update that said we were going to go down a hub and spoke approach.
No, this isn't a cycling term, is it?
Well, it may be. It may be. I hope you don't go out in Lycra on the weekend.
I don't. It's not my cup of tea. But
yeah, good, because I'd have to walk out the door right now. But without question, there are multiple opportunities out there. We get brought things all the time. In the past, I've had some success with other companies, so people know we can attract finance and we can do deals and we can make companies. So we've got to use this opportunity to really galvanise and consolidate the business. So alongside the cobalt, alongside the gold, we have a host of other opportunities. We want to help other projects, other companies to succeed. So we want to be a holding company that drives forward principally on the basis of our Pilbara interests, but also helps other companies to list their projects or to find vehicles for their projects, and we become an investing holding company in lots of different things. Now, we haven't articulated to the market specifically how we're going to do this, and that will come out in a number of different RNSs, but undeniably our business is going to grow materially over the next few weeks, months, and next couple of years. Ideally, what I'd like to have is a significant business in Western Australia that also has a substantial amount of cash on the balance sheet from the work it's been doing, and also a variety of different holdings and investments in other companies that are growing as the resource sector recovers and starts to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. So a super strong balance sheet with fantastic Western Australian interests at the same time.
Well, that's a kind of brilliant statement to shareholders to actually kind of state your claim of where the company is and where it's going. With regards to adding value to shareholders as well, by looking at these projects and other companies, are you adding value rather than shareholders trying to pick out these companies themselves and go direct? Is that where you're placed?
It's more about the projects that companies, individuals, organisations have out there that can't find finance, can't find the right structure or vehicles. What we want to do is to help them to achieve their objectives. We have so many different opportunities right now. We're still at the early stages of the resource recovery, and you can tell I'm excited because my arms are waving about like a crazy crazy fool, but there are so many things out there, and we think Metal NRG, with its investor base that are strong, loyal investors, with its access to market finance, should it need it for itself or should it need it for other vehicles, its knowledge of the marketplace, the different types of structures, commercial deals and vehicles, we can turn this into a real powerhouse for our investors. Now, obviously, the people that benefit from that primarily are those that have the guts, the balls, the determination to get in at the early stage. What I tend to find and get frustrated about is people love a story once it's 10 bagged, but they're reluctant to get in at the early stage and support companies. So I would say have a close eye on Metal NRG in the coming days, weeks and months and see what we do. It's going to change and radicalise the business, and we think it's going to create a tremendous success story for NEX, for the marketplace as a whole and for London.
Fantastic. Well, on that note, Paul Johnson, Chief Executive Officer of Metal NRG, thank you so much for joining us here today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.